Right then, so how to join the British Army. So we're going to be going from the process to getting actually to basic training, and then some exciting news, reference, Ranger Media, all to follow on this episode. Welcome back to another episode then. If you don't know, my name's Luke, and welcome if you're completely new to the channel itself. What you'll notice then if you've come across this is in the YouTube channel itself is I'm covering all things Army, and specific all things Army. I was going to say all things military, Pacific the Army, and then specific to that, 1 Royal Irish Regiment, because that's what I'm serving in now. That's an infantry regiment. So that's what it was geared towards. So you're going to get loads of different sort of, help and advice on how to join the army, and then it just gives you more information on what life's like serving, yeah? So please do not confuse this. This is not an official channel. So there's like loads of people who come on like private messaging about getting sponsored to come over here and join the sort of British Army and all that kind of stuff. I am not a vessel of the flipping official British Army channel or any sort of recruitment wise like that. This is just a hobby, and I'm giving you extra information on just my experiences and to help anyone who wants to sort of go on that path. Because I did know, I've been there when I'm back in, whenever I was joining, there was less tools to actually ask people questions who are serving and get proper answers, like the real-time answers, not the sugar-coated stuff that big companies want to let you see and come in. So Ranger Media then, it is like a media company. I say that, it's pretty massive. It's all myself, which is massive. No, so it's like so it's a hobby. Videography, photography, it's a hobby. I use it then to tell stories. So the one big one then is obviously stories within the army, and I'm just using it then to sort of tell that story, showcase all the talent that's in the British Army, specifically my regiment, so you get to see exactly what they're like, and bringing it to that sort of thing. There'll be more to follow on the rest of the channel at the very end of this video. This is going to be a very short one, normally quite long. If you like the long ones, you're in the place to be. If you don't and you like short, just be aware some videos do go long. I do tend to go off on one when I'm speaking about different things, but it's something that you'll get something out of and you enjoy so far. If you've seen past stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And for all you that keep coming back, and I keep saying it every week or every sort of channel or every channel, words are coming out of my arse every episode. Thank you very much for showing your support to the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. It's brilliant. And like I'm saying, there's loads of big stuff now I'm working on behind the scenes. It's going to really bring that entertainment value up. Right, this week's episode then, it's going to be a short and sharp one. Hopefully we'll see what it is after I stop speaking. But it's just about how to get from, to join the actual army. So you're stepping off to training. So you've done your Oath of Allegiance and away you go off to training. That's where we'll stop at. Basic training is a whole different beast. So then, let's get into it. Okay, and so the very first thing and the most important thing of all, my advice to you or to anyone who's looking to do it, is just do something. So you get lots of people who are like, I'm just going to call them dreamers, where they will sort of, maybe they like the sort of thought of joining the army or doing something, but they never actually get up and actually do anything about it. So just get up and do something. That could be anything. That could be jumping in the comment section here, engaging with the sort of small community on there, asking questions from, because there is serving people come on and ask, or ex-service people, asking them more information, and just start to get more information for yourself. You can also look in the British Army, the official website, get on there, look through there, and start sort of thinking about what exactly you would want to be a part of in the British Army. So don't go to what people advise. Well, obviously people will advise you and give you advice on sort of stuff, but you need to make sure that where you're going to is where you want to go, and not where someone's sort of pushing you towards that area, because that area needs more numbers as such. Because you'll get there by luck, okay, you might start enjoying it and then, oh, happy days, and then you've got a full career, but you might not. And if you don't enjoy something, you're not going to put 100% into it, and when the times get really like tough, you'll just switch off, or you'll give up easier than you will if you really want something. If you really want something and you're a part of something that you want to be there for, it will not seem like a job, and you'll be like, flip me, I'm getting paid to do this type of thing. So whatever you think that you want to do and what benefits you, as in what will you get the most out of. So that's artillery. If you like helping people and all that sort of stuff, medical, that side, go medics. If you like fixing things and whatnot, mechanics, go towards the REME. If you like electronics, they've got sort of electrician sides in there. Engineers, then if you like trades sort of styles of stuff, go sort of that route. Law, police, RMP. If you like anything to do with, you don't want to go to the RAF, but you like the sort of air sort of capability, off to the Army Air Corps, go be a pilot for one of the sort of helicopters, Apache, flipping one of the Apaches. If you want to be a musician, but you like the ceremonial side of stuff, go down the musician route. You can go straight into the Army School of Music. If you've seen loads of TV adverts and you like the guards and you've seen them stand outside Buckingham Palace looking jet hot in all their uniform and doing sort of Trip in the Colour and all the sort of big events down there, think of who you are now. So, am I from Ireland? Am I from Scotland? Am I Welsh? Whereabouts in England am I from? Look to see what that regiment is. Scots Guard, Irish Guards, Welsh Guards, Coldstream Guards, whatever it may be. Then that's your route. You go down there. Then find out what role they do, because they're not just ceremonial troops. They are infanteers as well. So are they armoured? Are they sort of light role? There's masses and masses and masses of choices in the army. So the big thing to do is do something. And by doing something, it's either talking to someone or doing your research. Make a really sound decision, have a few ones in mind, and then go for that. Really dive in for the research and start doing all the sort of pros and cons for, say 3 or 4 different roles. Do it on your own, then make up your own assessment, your own assumptions, before you start going into a process where you start to have that one-on-one with people and they're starting to, you have 10 GCSEs, go do this. Well, no, I actually, I want to flip in. I would like to be the infantry. But no, you don't want to do this, you want to go this way. So, there will be a lot of that, trust me, whenever you get into the process. Join the Royal Irish, and we're joking. So there will be a lot of that. So you got to just really stand your ground and go in for what corps or what regiment or whatever role you're going to do, because you're going to get a lot more out of it. Right, so making yourself accountable. What I mean by that is get onto that application form. If you're 100%, you want to do it, you want to join the army, you've found the role you're really interested in, you want to go for that role, get on the application form and start filling it out. Don't get onto it and do a few sort of sentences or a few lines off it. Get on the flipping thing and do as much of it as you can until you physically can't do anything more of it, till you've done a certain stage of it, and get that done. So just sit to yourself. It's like giving up flipping smoking. You like sort of think to yourself, I'm not going to give up tomorrow. You sort of make it, when they tell you to make like a date, like a month away, so you know it's coming, and eventually do it. Same as that sort of thing. So if you definitely want to join, say, right, okay, next Wednesday night, when I come home from work or come home from wherever, I'm sitting down, and from 6 o'clock to flipping 9 o'clock that night, I'm sitting on an application form, and I'm not getting off that seat until it's finished. So make yourself accountable, because by doing that and going through all the process, it'll get to a certain stage then where someone will then be reaching out to you, either phoning you or emailing you to bring you on to the next stage. So now you're accountable. So if you start to sort of get lazy and forget about it, you've now got someone ringing you, you've now got someone emailing you saying, okay, you need to come here, you need to come here, you need to come there. So that will be that little boost and that little nudge to get you going to the next sort of the next side of it. Right, next then, so physical training. Right, so if you're all over your physical training and you're a fit person, whatever you're doing, whether it be sports or you just go to the gym or whatnot, then you don't need any advice on that, you're good to go. Right, if you're someone who's done no physical sort of exercise or moderate exercise at all, and you do need to start training before that assessment, before you get to the assessment centre, you do not need to go away and get a big massive gym membership. And if you're joining the British Army because you want to get more confidence, because it's a big thing, we will give you that, and you don't have the confidence yet to go into a civilian gym and ask a personal trainer, or you just generally don't want to go in there because you're not used to it, it's not your natural environment, you don't need to. You can stay in your flipping house, or you can do it in your garden, or you can do it at the local park. If you're living the coast like I do now, it's brilliant. You can get in and along that beach where there's not a lot of people around. Do it. Use everything else to your advantage. So utilise your environment and sort of utilise your resources correctly. Do it on a budget. You do not need to go out and spend masses of money on training kit. Just normal sort of dark shorts, a normal running t-shirt, and your running trainers. They don't need to be like flipping Nike, flipping Air Max, flipping electronic, like whatever, own a heartbeat on them, which are worth about 250 quid. You don't need that. Just have a good chunky sole on it to absorb the sort of impact of you hitting the concrete or wherever you're running. About 30-40 quid. no more than 40 quid. And you should be changing your trainers every sort of 3 or 4 months anyway, as per physios. So cheap one of them. And then you're in your garden. So if you don't do the gym or you don't do any of that there, you need to master your own body weight first. That is the most important thing. All you're doing, right, that assessment centre, do not psych yourself out. It's not being big-headed, but tell you now, some of them tests, people could do it backwards, running backwards and stuff. You just do not psych yourself out. Just give yourself 110% on them tests and you will be fine with a little bit of training. Your training side, all you're doing is you're sort of conditioning your body to go away to the sort of the main event. If you look at your main event being basic training, that's where all the PTIs are and the instructors, where they are professionally good to go and everything they deliver is professional. They will get you to the standard. All you need to do is be giving them 110% in everything you do and do exactly what they say and trust the regime and the training program. So in your garden, you can be doing press-ups, you can be doing planks, squats, and don't be stuck in the same plane of motion. What I mean by that is if you imagine you're running, that's like going forward, that's that same plane of motion. Your body just gets used to it, get moving sideways, left and right. Football drills, as in American football drills, all that sort of stuff, moving left, moving right. Get your body used to all that sort of small things. Stretch like mad, become flexible. If you're not flexible, become like a flipping ballerina, because stretching, and this is now coming from experience, will help you so much. Not just to get through all that sort of thing, but you're conditioning your body to not be susceptible to injury. I never stretch at all. The whole first third of the career, quarter, whatever you want to say it, no stretching whatsoever. Done PT and just completely blew it out. Yeah, I suffered really bad with shin splints. I've got flat feet now, as in there's no arch in my feet whatsoever, and that's just down to really bad flexibility. It's only sort of the last 3-4 years we're starting really getting into flexibility and all that sort of stuff, where I've had no injuries since, no overuse injuries, nothing. So flexibility, and you can do that in your own flipping living room, your own bedroom, in your own house. You don't need to go to a fancy gym to do that. You can do it in your garden. Make use of outside as well. So when you're doing your running routes, make it more interesting. So if you're going to do your high intensity training to get your heart and lungs going, use lampposts as markers, so sprint from one lamppost to another. So you're still doing your normal run, but you're making these wee checkpoints in as you're running around, and sprint to and from them. So you're sort of bringing your heart rate up and then slowing it down. So you're giving your heart rate less time to recover. So that means it's going to work harder whenever you do these fitness events. Once you start doing that, you'll be good to go. Now, I don't know about the rest of the army, but a 2k run in 10 minutes, I wrote it down. I think it's 10 minutes 15 seconds or 10 minutes 5 seconds, something like that there, for a 2k run. You're going to do that. If you could do it, a young person, just by giving 110%, should be able to smash that without doing a lot of training. Yeah, so do not flap and do not psych yourself out with the physical training and get loads of comments saying, yeah, I'm deferring my assessment for another 6 months or a year, and that's without any professional telling you that you have to defer it. These are people saying, no, I don't think I'm fit enough. Bollocks. You gotta go and try. If you're not fit enough and they say to you, you're not fit enough, you need to come back in 2 months, well, so be it. You go away and work your ass off 2 months and then you come back again. Man, tell you now, half the people who say they need to defer because of fitness and stuff, if you would just go, you would be in and good to go in training, probably finished by the time you would even get back. You're aiming to go to the assessment centre for the second time. So fitness, get amongst it. Don't need loads of fancy gear. Just the sort of normal, sort of cheaper side of things. Do not break the budget. You can use everything around your house. There's loads of stuff to do to get your body into shape and condition it, right? Condition it. If you can't afford to go to the gym and you have got the confidence to go and speak to personal trainers and do all that sort of things, get amongst it, because that's going to help you even more. But do not worry, people. If you're falling into the category where you haven't got as much confidence or you haven't got the bank balance to go do that sort of thing. You're no worse off than what they are. They're not. You just got to use other things to your advantage. And trust me, if you start being able to be more resourceful for what you've got, that is a skill. If you can develop that before you join, is going to get really honed into you whenever you come into the services, because you will be in situations throughout your whole career where you are going to have to be resourceful for the stuff you've got. Someone will take this job will need done. There's no can I have more time, or can I do? That's it, because if you don't get there to that fire support position, or you don't get to that position to open that door at that time, different parts of the mission can't happen then, yeah? So that's just a skill that you will develop more anyway. Don't flap about it now. I'm just saying, just be resourceful for what you've got. Football pitches, beaches, flipping endless. If you're in a city, just run around there. Right, that's it with fitness. Right, the last thing then is the assessment centre. So you've done it, you've got up, you've actually done something, you've done your research, you've made yourself accountable, you've got that sort of face-to-face interview, you went and you started doing a little bit of body weight training, you're starting to condition your body, right, yeah, I'm focusing right now, this is happening, you've now got your assessment date, you've gone to the assessment centre. So going to the assessment centre, the one thing then advice is turn out. You need to, it's a job interview, yeah. Now I know I keep saying to you, yeah, I joined the army, I didn't have any qualifications, no GSEs or nothing. That doesn't say they just open the door to anyone just to walk through, yeah. You've got to show that you're wanting to be there and you're keen and you're good to go. So what I mean by turnout is, one, if you're budget and you've got no money and you're in hard times when you're going there, you don't need to go buy a 3-piece fancy suit. What we're just asking for is, I'd say, smart civilians, just even jeans. And if you have jeans, just wash them, just make sure everything's clean, tidy, ironed, you know, you've had like a shave. That's not compulsory obviously at this stage, or you've had a bit of a haircut, you've tied yourself up, you're just showing that you're presentable and you're like, here, I want to be here, take me. Yeah, don't just come in there, you know, with a hoodie on, flipping hood up, baseball cap down over your eyes, shoulders shrugged, just sort of dragging your feet in, because, you know, it's sending off the wrong signals straight away. So turn out, and that's completely, it doesn't matter if you are mega rich middle class or you're lower class and you haven't got much money. It doesn't matter when you're coming to that stage. You know, someone here could be in a 3-piece suit and turn up in a Bentley, but his attitude stinks. And this other guy doesn't have that much money and he's coming through, and he's just, you can just tell by people their turnout and how they are, if they actually want to be there. So that is a big thing I will say about turnout. Just get amongst it, and that's preparation. You can do plenty of that before you go. Right, next thing obviously there is the medical. When you get there, that is completely out of your hands. There's no prep or nothing you can do. It's whatever the GP and the doc says goes, and that's it. So whatever happens in there and through your assessment, your medical wise, if it's good and you're all good to go, boom, happy days. If not, listen to their advice. It might just be a certain thing we need to go away and get something else to bring it back. Don't start flapping at that stage, because they don't want it. It's flipping, it's training, not select out, yeah. So don't flap about that bit. But if it does come to the fact where there's some underlying medical issue that you can't join, well, so be it. That's just the way it is. Like, it's just, there's no point for getting yourself down and going in the dumps about it. Just chin up, ask for advice, and then, you know, hit life with something else. But do not go down the dumps with that anyway. And if it is something underlying medical, they may say, okay, you need to come back in a year or so. If you truly want to be in the army, yeah, and that is your ultimate goal, then you just got to do it. Go away for that year and take their advice and do what they need to do. If you're out for that year or however long it is, engage with there's loads of channels on YouTube. You know, MKR, Craig Holman, Fabsy. What's the other one? There's loads of British Army ones. There's plenty of on there. There's plenty of Facebook groups. Even on the actual official British Army YouTube channel, if they put a video up and loads of comments start streaming, get into there, the community, and start speaking to people. Keep your mind fixated on the army if you're truly wanting it, if they're telling you to wait 6 months or a year. So you're keeping your mind focused on that ultimate goal, right? So that is the medical. Well, all right, the only other prep time then for the medical, which is in your control if you take drugs, sack it. Just stop taking drugs, and that's just pure and simple. That is the only other thing that you have in your control to stop prior to that medical, yeah? Anything else, medical issues, it's out of your hand. It is what it is. But that's the only other thing, because that's the only thing you could be doing to your body which will affect that medical and have you having a no. So don't do that. Right, so once you're in, done that, you've done your interviews. I think there's like potentially like an icebreaker or something. These are all minuscule things. There's no need to flap about that. People say to me, oh yeah, I'm getting loads of anxiety from going there and getting ready to go. Right, that's a totally different video on itself. Anxiety is not a new thing. It's been ever since the flipping human beings were developed. Yeah, it's a good thing. If you've got anxiety and you can feel a little bit of anxiety when you're going to the assessment centre, that is good. That is you're slightly worried, which is good, because that means you give and you want to be there. If you don't, well then obviously then you're not really wanting to be there, are you? So if you are got a little bit of nerves, that is totally flipping natural, and that is good. That's what you want, because that tells you really want it, and it'll lock your body down and you'll be focused in, and you'll really drive and do 100%. Right, that bit's all done. Thumbs up. You're given your date to come back, do your oath. I have got mine somewhere. Now that is a big day. 3rd of August 2006. You will keep that forever. Well, I have anyway. There you go, yeah. So there you go. You'll take that, sign that bad boy, whatever sort of, I don't mind in Hollywood, Northern Ireland. So wherever you do yours, you've done it. Now you've got your date for training. That date can be quite quick, and I think it could be, no, I don't think it's any more than a month. Now that's only coming off the top of my head, don't take that for gospel. Whatever day that is, you're now focused, go away, you'll get your packing list. Same again, do not break the bank balance, there's no need to do that. Do your fitness and stuff, do not burn yourself out, do not start running ultra marathons and all this sort of mad stuff. You need to be turning up to basic training, and that's the whole of the army. It doesn't matter if you're going to Pirbright, Winchester, Harrogate or Catterick. You need to be turning up fresh body and fresh mind, because that's where the training happens. Yeah, that is that's your goal, that's your main event. All this sort of stuff up to there is your preparation time, right? And then that's you good to go. Yes, and that's it. So that is just a really quick one then today about getting ready. So the main thing is just do it. If you really, really want to do it, and you really want to be in the army, do something about it. Make yourself accountable and just get amongst it. Listen to what everyone is telling you. Follow what they're saying and give everything 110%. The medical is completely out of your hands, and that's the only thing really that's out of your hands during this whole process. Everything else is just getting amongst it. If you keep hitting all the sort of right time marks, so anytime you're given a task to do, whether it be filling out a bit of paper or turn up at this date or do that date, if you keep doing that as soon as you're told to, the whole process should be a lot shorter. For the people they'll maybe do a little bit of the application, then they'll leave it, and then they might not come back to that application again for 2 or more 3 weeks later on. By that stage, you could be near enough the final stages, yeah? So just do something, make yourself accountable, do not fret, listen to everyone, engage in all these different sort of communities online, and really get yourself G'd up and good to go. Right, that is it up to there. I will do another more in-depth video reference to sort of training side of things, but that's as in when you go to basic training, but that's a little bit of advice there. Right then, so I mentioned then at the start of the video about the exciting thing for the channel itself. So this isn't official, I keep mentioning it because I just need to keep saying it to you. So it's a hobby, so I like videography and I like photography. And I'm using my hobby then to get the message out. It's giving me, I like talking in front of the camera, I like giving you advice. But if you do look through the video, you will see sort of action videos and stuff. So I love editing, and I love videography, so I'm going out and capturing it. So Ranger Media then, it's what I aspire to have is a production company. Because obviously I'm a sergeant now, so I'm my TikTok, I'm getting through the old sort of career. It's actually, as soon as we've entered into 2020, that's me. I'm looking at it like I'm up on a hill, and like I can now see the end state. So Ranger Media that's what it is. It's a production company, right? The exciting thing in there is you got to keep pushing at things, and you got to keep driving forward, and you got to keep saying yes to everything. I'm not leaving the army. I love the army. The army's made me who I am. But I have been putting my feelers out there to develop myself and get sort of better stuff. And the more you do it, things will happen. If you stay confident, you stay positive, anything can be achieved. Anyway, talking absolute garbage now at the minute. So what I'm trying to get at is, so actually being sponsored, yeah. This is not like a sponsored video or anything, but the company, Ranger Media, which is now trademarked, but it's now being sponsored. So originally, all this is all my own sort of financial money spent on all the gear and equipment. But now I've got a backing of a big company in Northern Ireland. I can't say who they are now because this is also a thing about me developing. And there's loads of stuff with copyright and whatnot, which I may have paid lip service to when I first developed the sort of channel and stuff. But now I know the importance of it. But I can't mention them on here now. But they're a pretty big company in Northern Ireland. And so I've now got like a sort of, what would you call it, like a trustee or like a sponsor. Anyway, they're helping out financially now in some aspects of it. In turn then, I obviously need to do what I'm a production company. So video, so advertisements and that sort of stuff. Small ones, so for like social media and all that sort of stuff. Which I will start doing over the summer. You're not really going to see it on this channel because obviously this is military. It's got nothing to do with what they are. This is totally, that's like off in ether, completely nothing to do with the army. But anyway, so first one then, what I want to say is, you're on that camera. If you're into your video and your cameras and all that sort of stuff, I keep checking my monitor here to see him if I'm focused. But look at this bad boy, right? So that is a new absolute beast of a camera, yeah. That's part of that sponsorship, yeah. And not that. Trust me, I'm not going to start rhyming off stuff, but that's not cheap, yeah. That has now come from that company who are sponsoring. That is now going to raise the production value of everything up. So they come into this channel as well, because this is obviously a hobby and what I'm doing on the side. So my videos I do catching all the sort of military side of stuff will naturally come in from the equipment I'm doing. What I'm trying to get at here is, if you have something in mind and you're driven and you go for it and you keep staying positive and you keep striving forward, everything else will just fall into place. All these bonuses and all these little things you wouldn't happen about will just start happening. You know, surround yourself with positive people consistently, all the time. The more you're surrounded by positive people, it will sort of, your mind will just stay positive, and it's contagious, and it will just spread everywhere. You'll not focus on the negativity. You keep focusing on the positivity, and positive things will keep on happening, and keep working at it. You know, if I had when I very first joined, I needed to go to the army. It's definitely, I'm not who I am today without my service, specifically in 1 Royal Irish Regiment. If I hadn't been in there, and I've gone through all the experiences I have and learned from the people in the regiment, and had all the mentors on top of me, and following how they are through combat, through exercise, all that sort of stuff, it wouldn't be who I am. Like, I'm telling you now, I would not have landed this without gaining the confidence from watching the leaders above me. Now, I've had really crap leaders over my time, but I'm really lucky enough to have served with some of the best leaders that I've ever sort of known. So even when I splinter away off 9-10 years down the line, when I'm away, you know, they're fixated into my mind, and I will sort of think what they were doing and then how I can implement that. And this is now just a product of it. I just wanted to bring it up because it's crazy. So this channel then, like a year ago, so just a year ago, was like zero subscribers, and it's not the main thing that is the channel, but like I was at 0 subscribers, nothing really equipment wise, if that, and now like near enough like a year and a couple of months now, where we are sitting now, which is about 1,800 now subscribers. Obviously loads of people are doing far better YouTube wise, but obviously you got to look at YouTube it's a vessel to portray my work onto, so a portfolio, but it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal sort of stuff is what I'm doing now, where big companies are looking at that and seeing there's a skill there, and I've now got sort of people are interested in that, and they want to see that working in and me doing stuff for them, which is 100%. So, and then which is leading to things like this here. So if I knew I was going to get this like a year and 2 months after starting up, yeah, do you know what I mean? That's crazy. This is going to bring a lot. I'm just checking the monitor to make sure it's in focus. This is going to bring a lot to us as a channel over the sort of next, definitely this year, because quite a bit happening during the summer and stuff. So if you liked what was happening last year, or if you're new to the channel and you've just gone back and seen all that sort of stuff, that to a different level this year and beyond. Yes, so that's good. So yes, if you do like it, everything, you've got something out of this, and you like the channel now, please like and subscribe, spread the word, get it out there, keep coming back, make this community bigger. Also then, you're now seeing that bigger companies are sort of investing in this, which shows that there is something good out of it, and I can provide good stuff. If you want some work done, get into that sort of emails or in the sort of bottom sort of description area and get back to me. But remember then, obviously I am British Army. This is my primary job. This is my career, and I am finishing my career. I'm doing my 22 years, finishing out. So, but whatever time I have off, whether it be evenings or weekends, depending on what that sort of thing is, I can get in amongst there. Also, and it depends as well, but what I want to do then is, like, I'm really, really appreciative of where I've got to now. So quite a lot of the stuff I will not be doing the same as what a big production company would be doing, as in price-wise and all that sort of stuff. So I'm willing to help other people out, because I have been given opportunities, which is good to go. Exciting times, really exciting times. Also got some other people working with me, writers. Yeah, I just want to tell you, it's be so cool just to blah, but I can't. Yeah, so good writers who've done big things, really big things, helping me out with sort of stuff. It is good. Right, anyway, so I will see you again on the next episode, and thanks very much for tuning in again. And I did say it was going to be a short one, and I'm guaranteeing now we've exploded straight past the 20-minute mark. So I will put a little warning order whenever I sort of post this video that it is going to be quite long, so you don't get caught out if you're just trying to watch it quickly before you go somewhere, so you can keep it away to a time where you're going to get that time to watch it. Anyway, that's it. I will see you again next episode.